Yo, what is everyone saying? Welcome to another episode of the Total 90 podcast. We've reached somewhat of a little landmark on that, episode 10, which means I guess we are pro podcasters now. And of course, since we have arrived at episode 10, it's only right that we bring to you our list of our top 10 number 10s, or cams, as some of you FIFA rats are going to call it. And joining me today, first off, we have an Arsenal fan who grew up in the same era as me with the Barclays Premiership on Sky Sports, followed by Guillem Balaguer doing his thing on La Liga. Drew, how are you, sir? What's going on?
Very well. Thanks for having me again. What's good, people?
Yes. The people loved you last time, so we are happy to see the return of Mr. Drew GH. And next we have someone who's got like 1 or 2 extra years on us, so rather than watching that Barclays of us, he was probably watching Channel 4 Serie A or something like that. Maverick Plays. Aaron Ramsey, what's good, brother?
As soon as you started to talk there, I knew you were going to come to me. Just as soon. But I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I was watching it before it was the Barclays Premier League, so I have ball knowledge, clearly.
The old first division and that.
Yeah, absolutely,
Cold one. Yeah, and lastly, we got a man who grew up watching Spurs, so up until a couple of years ago, he's been used to watching pretty much rubbish, but somehow they've always had like a decent 10 in there for the last 20 years. So he knows what he's talking about when it comes to 10s. Hopefully, we shall see. Denman, how are you, sir?
I'm good, my man. I'm good. I can't lie. When you said about like the old one, I thought you meant me. I didn't realise Mav was older than me. But that's fair. I'm happy to be back, man. It's good to be here. I'm interested with some of these lists. I'm quite scared, actually.
Yeah. Of course, this is going to be chaos, by the way, you, man.
I can imagine.
The rules they're very simple. We've got the 4 panelists here, including myself, of course, plus 5 of the mods who have given me their top 10 list of their number 10s. The caveat is it's got to be from 2000 onwards. So we're not putting Maradona, Socrates, all these, man. They're not in our list because we didn't watch them kick ball like that. So it's going to be from 2000 onwards. As usual, if someone comes first place on the list, 10 points, second place, 9 points, 8 points, so on and so forth. Of course, because there's 9 of us, maximum of 10 points, it means that there's a total of 90, because the pod is called Total 90. Yeah, anyway, we have a lot of honorable mentions here. So I'm going to just start from the bottom. Now, the last thing I would say is there's no Messi involved, by the way. So if you're looking for Messi, please, it's people that played in that role primarily, not that they had the 10 on their back. So, first up, in 24th and 25th place,
right,
we have Nedved and we have Rui Costa.
Ooh.
They both got 1 point. Rui Costa and Nedved were not people on the panel. However, the Rui Costa one, I hear it. The only issue is, I wasn't watching Serie A properly like that back in the day, but I've seen compilations recently, and that guy was techie. But since no one had him here, I guess there's no need to dwell on that one. Now we do have someone that some of you guys have mentioned in 22nd and joint rather. We have Pablo Eima and Juan Mata. 2 of the panelists have one of these guys. So the person who has put Mata in their top 10, can they please speak up?
Are you going to speak, someone?
Denman.
Who did it? Who did it?
I just put him 10th. I just put him 10th.
Any reason like you just
Juan Mata.
Bro, do you want me to be real with you? Looking at some of these names, I was thinking, well, does he count as a 10? I can't really put him in. Who's that Pablo Eima as well? I've never heard of him in my life.
You've never heard of Pablo Eima before in your life?
Nah, never heard of him in my life.
Amenyah, what have you brought me on? What's going on here?
Hey, jump me off.
I didn't know he was gonna say that, bro.
Jump me off.
I didn't know he was gonna
Pablo
say
Eima.
that.
Going on?
Like he's not in my top 10 yet, but I don't think you can say you don't know who Pablo Eima. For the
Never heard of
record,
this guy in
guys,
my life.
the rest of us know who he is. We just didn't want to put him in our top 10.
Yeah,
But
they know who he is, but I don't have a clue who he is.
Wow.
I've never watched him before in my life.
Wow, this is who
honestly,
Lionel Messi
enlighten
looked
me.
up to, bro.
He looked up to him. So when did
Yes,
he play
bro.
if he looked up to him?
Bro, he literally played from the early 2000s to like mid 2010s. G.
Yeah,
Pablo,
never heard of him.
you've never heard of him. You've never heard of
Ooh.
Pablo
Never in
Eima.
life.
Wow,
there's
Never.
guys that grew up just playing FIFA or
That's
something.
crazy.
Man. That's poor for me,
That's
man. I can't
crazy.
lie. I can't
Never
lie.
heard of him in my life.
that's crazy.
But I'm happy to know that you
Fairs,
boys have
man.
watched
Brother,
him a
he's
lot.
played in 2 World Cups.
Well,
Okay,
anyway,
well, then
Drew,
World Cups
Drew had
are
him
bad.
9th.
Where did you boys?
Yes.
Where did you boys put? You didn't put him in your list.
He's not on my
Eima
list.
is
He's
not on my list. He's not on my list.
Okay,
He's a
not
baller, but he's not on my
Could have been
list.
that good then.
That's
I've
that's
got a
one
very
way of
nice
trying to
top
get yourself
10.
out of it. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure
yeah.
out how you man can remember this. This is what, like 12 years ago when he last played.
Extensive research.
Like some of
bro.
you man were like, what, 10?
Research.
Wait, how old
Nah,
was Drew?
bro.
Like 10 years old?
No, but
your
what?
memory's
Like,
better
but,
than
no,
mine.
but hear this. What's the first World Cup you remember?
For me, it's 06.
Because for me
Like,
personally,
properly
I remember
watching
being in
06.
primary school, then wheeling out the TVs.
No, I hear that. I hear that.
To
Nah,
watch
no, I hear that. You know what?
England,
Nah.
bro. Do you get
Nah,
it?
you know, I hear that. I hear
So-
that. The TV getting rolled out. Nah,
Yeah.
fair play.
I was
Yeah, man,
I was
man,
in college
active.
at that point, you know.
Show my age.
Yeah, guys like that, fam. They're all right in the A-levels and that.
I was.
I
By
hear
the way,
that rolling.
for the listeners, I'm not actually that old. I am joking. I was in school still.
All right. Well, anyway, moving on. Joint 20th. I don't think either of these were voted by any of you, man. But we do have a Spurs representative. We have Christian Eriksen, and we also have Del Piero. Now, again, Del Piero, I love that Don, but again, I wasn't active watching him kicking ball at Juve like that to even know if he was a centre forward or a 10 or what.
Yeah,
So,
I'm calling
Yeah.
centre forward for Del Piero. To be honest, he ain't a cam. He ain't a cam.
No, but it's a technical one because I feel like it's down to perception. Like you could say, yeah, he's played
yeah,
as a striker, he's played
100%.
as a false nine, he's played as a cam. There's also games he's probably played as a winger.
No,
But
it's definitely
I didn't have
perception,
him in
but
my
I
list.
just didn't see him enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going off guys that I know I've defo watched. Like,
Yeah.
we try to continue because again, the next person in 19th, no one here has him on the list, but one of the mods does. In 19th with 4 points, we have Seedorf.
Cap.
I don't know what
attacking
my man was
midfield.
thinking. Maybe in Soccer Aid he was playing there, but
Yeah.
People
I'm
have
gonna
misread the
skip
assignment,
Seedorf.
bro. They
Yeah.
misread the assignment.
Yeah,
They had
I
the
don't know-
10
I
is
don't-
back at Milan, so they thought, yeah, Seedorf, FIFA 10, yeah.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
people have
I
gone
couldn't
off
really have that.
kit numbers more than actual positions,
Now is where I get upset though.
right?
Because in 17th place, joint actually, are two players that were in my top 10.
Okay,
Those two players are
yeah,
Guti
right.
and Deco.
I had Guti
How
as
is
well, to be
Guti not
honest.
make... Bro,
Wait.
Guti has.
Wait.
Yeah, only me and Drew
I had
have him, by
Guti
the way.
as well,
No
to
one
be
else has got Guti.
Attacking mid, but like,
bro.
no.
Bro, Guti has. Man don't know about them ones back in the day, bro.
No, trust me,
Revista de la Liga.
Amenyah, please do not get it twisted. Everyone in my stream knows my love for Guti Hands. I say, if you do not know what Guti Hands was on, you cannot say you have ball knowledge. That guy had literal eyes in the back of his head.
So
But
why is he not on your list, bro?
but he like that's like putting Guti Hands as an attacking centre mid is like putting Steven Gerrard as one. Because he wasn't like, you didn't see him sneak into the box and score goals, because that's not where he was. That wasn't his
yeah, I see
position.
him
So
sneaking and be doing back heel assists.
yeah,
in
of
the box.
course.
It'll be just,
I mean, don't get it twisted. Kante has found himself in the box, but he ain't a cam. He ain't an attacking midfielder. Like, just because they've been inside a box, it doesn't mean they're an attacking midfielder.
Well,
on,
the other one is Deco, and he is defo and attacking
Yeah,
mid.
he is.
Only myself and one of the mods, Tedinho, had Deco in. I had Deco in 8th place even. You man aren't feeling Deco's thing.
Doesn't get in my list.
Nah,
he's
not-
good. He's
not a
hard.
chance.
He's hard. But I just don't think he had
Bro,
any
man was
mad
active.
standout qualities that make me think, yeah, he can go over X player.
He's bagging
Why
CLs
player?
at Porto, then he bags it again at Barcelona.
Absolute player.
I don't
But
know,
nah.
man. All right, well, this is not even our top 10 yet. So 16th, again, 2 people have him. Only 1 person on the panel. That is Riquelme with 6 points. Can the person who put Riquelme please raise your hand?
I just want to point
why he's
out.
in your top 10.
I just want to point out that this man in the 2006 World Cup had the most assists. But it's fine because I know a lot of people, as soon as I've said that, like, really? Yes, really.
I wouldn't put him in my top 10. I think Riquelme is fantastic. My issue, not issue with him, and you're right. I think a lot of the reasons he'll be outside of people's top 10, and specifically mine, is club football. You know, he was fantastic for Argentina. I can absolutely not deny that.
I was
But
gonna
club
say
football
that,
level, he just didn't play high enough level to be considered
Bro,
top 10.
I don't know about
know?
that because I'm sure he played at Barca for 3 years, and the reason why he didn't have such an impact at Barca is because he didn't get on with the manager, which was Van Gaal. He stepped away, he went to Villarreal, and I'm sure that they got to the semi-final, quarter-final of the Champions League with him.
Yeah, but and he was one of the main reasons why they flopped it, fam. He had a disaster class in that semi-final against Arsenal, and then missed a penalty as well.
Yeah, so
That's-
I mean,
and that's
I mean, I think
that's my
that's
main
one
memory.
game,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, I
I
think-
respect that. I do respect that, but
No, but that's my main memory of him.
Yeah.
That semi-final, like tie, whatever, home and away, where he did nothing, and I'm being told that he's like you know, the next Maradona. And
Guys,
stuff.
Nah, he was a very good player, but
elegant baller, bro.
he was a very good player, but it's one of those that I just don't. For me, top 10, I don't think he did enough.
You got to factor in accolades as well. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously their ability is the most important thing for sure.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The accolades, his accolades are kind of looking a bit.
Bro, as
you
a
know,
playmaker,
a bit empty.
as a playmaker, you have the accolade of the top assister in the World Cup, and you're saying in a World Cup competition, and you're saying that's not a credible accolade. What other accolades
the
would you
fact
say that are above that?
I mean, I can't speak for Denman and Mav, but for myself, the fact that I didn't know that would suggest that it's probably not that massive of an accolade, because I don't think
What?
even man were really caring about.
I'm not hearing that justification still. Just because you didn't know
I wasn't seeing man count like mad assists like that in the mid 2000s, bro. That became a thing like late 2000s, 2009. Well, congrats to
But
him.
I mean,
He's the top scorer
I
or
hope
top
you have
assister
James
of the World
Rodriguez
Cup.
in your top 10 if accolades at World Cups are part of your criteria.
Nah. He's not
Okay,
in there.
then it doesn't make sense.
All right.
Make sense.
We are not even on our top 10
It doesn't
yet.
make sense. Absolute baller, but
That
he just
wasn't my
doesn't
reason for
displace
putting him
any
in
of
the top
mine.
10.
I
He
can't
was
lie.
the classic number 10, bro.
No
Fair
worries.
enough.
Well,
If I've
in
educated
15th,
someone today, I've educated them in it.
yeah, you know what? Fair play. If people are a bit younger and that you didn't know what he was on, you just thought that he was like a bad icon on FIFA. Now you know Raquel made the most assists in the World Cup. Next one, I'm going to skip this one real quick. He's 15th place. One person has him in, not on the panel though. Alfie has this man in 4th place. It's Rivaldo.
Not a cam. He wore number 10,
considered
but
it.
he's not a cam. I considered it, but
considered it,
he was too wide.
you know what it is?
In most of
For
the teams, it
me-
was wide.
Yeah, like you know when like you see people that have like, I don't know, like center forward as their thing. For me, I'm counting it as like a 10 if you had like a pure striker ahead of you. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can play center forward, but no one's ahead of you. You're just there as the center forward.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know if people were playing ahead of him in that Barca team, but then again, that's a couple years before I'm fully active, so I couldn't really consider him anyway. But that's him in 15th. Where are we? Joint 13th and 14th. All right, we have Wesley Schneider. The only person on the panel who had him is Mav.
Yeah.
I was going to back that as well. I was going to
And the
back
other
that.
person, this is a bit interesting now. The other person has no votes from anyone except one person on this panel. And he's ended up with 9 points. Perhaps guys didn't really consider him as a 10, and I hear it. Mav has put Iniesta in 2nd place.
Attacking mids and Iniesta is not in it.
See, it's what you define as an
Was he a
attacking mid,
10?
though, man. Like,
I don't know if he was a 10, you know.
Like,
What?
Technical.
It's a bit
What?
technical.
How was he
See
not?
what I mean? It's technical.
How is he
bro.
It's a
not?
bit-
Where did he play then? Where did he
mid for
play?
me,
Attacking
personally.
mid. I
Well,
can't believe
I mean,
it.
all I can say is that there are 9 people on the panel, and one person has considered Iniesta to be.
I
And I'm
can't
pretty sure
believe
if
it.
we
Crossed
all
my
thought
mind.
he
It
was a
did,
10,
it did cross
we
my
would have
mind.
had
But
him.
the thing is with that one there is that I primarily remember him always playing in the midfield 3. And when I think about a
That's
10
what you have. You have
think
2
about
centre
someone
mids, and then
playing
you have Busquets behind.
ahead of the 3 or behind the 3. And
like these people do come
yeah.
into mind, like when I thought of it. But
Okay,
like,
so-
it's just I've struggled to like define, like, because you can look at so many players and kind of sit there and say, oh, well, they're
No, it's very sticky. I can't.
or,
Like, I've got some guys in my 10 that like slightly. It's a bit debatable.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
it is.
I'm interested then, right? So, for example, Drew, if you're saying Barca played a midfield 3, name the 3 that comes to your mind.
Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets.
Okay, so where did Iniesta play in that 3?
On the right
Centre mid.
or the
on the
left.
right or the left, isn't it?
He was. You would realistically
wouldn't
have.
be a- it wouldn't
you
be
would
a flat
realistically
3, it would
have.
be the
No,
2
of course, but
and then one
realistically,
behind.
you've got Busquets and
Busquets,
Xavi
exactly, that's what I'm
playmaking,
saying.
and you've got Iniesta breaking lines because he's the attacking midfielder. You
not
would
sure.
you would put him.
No, I'll put him in line with Xavi.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Most of my disputes when it came to this, even though this was like so much more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. When you first said it, I was like, yeah, easy 10. I was just sitting there like,
Yeah, same.
It's like a lot of my queries came from cams that also played out wide as wingers. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
more
same,
in
same.
dispute of the Rivaldo shout than this shout.
Every name that I'm seeing here, I kind of hear it, except Seedorf. I can't lie.
hear it,
I'm
Okay,
not
well,
allowing Seedorf.
well, keeping this player in mind, I really want to find out another player on this list and what you man consider as an attacking midfielder. If you put this other guy on your list, and you do not believe Iniesta as an attacking mid, I have some serious questions.
I know who it's
I
gonna
might
be.
have that guy on my list. I don't know.
I have some serious questions in what we are considering as attacking mids. If this
Anyway, 11
anyone
to 12.
anyone else's, I dare you to put them on there.
We are finally at the edge of our top 10. We have 2 players that were joint 11th place with 12 points each. Again, both of them, I wouldn't really count them as 10s personally. But would you look at that? It's Mav having someone in 4th again that no one else has. Mav has put Lampard in 4th place, and Drew has put someone in 2nd that Denman has in 8th and no one else has. So
Right.
in 11th place we have Hazard and we have Lampard. Can I get your thoughts on the
This is
Hazard
hard.
in
So
in
I was going to
second,
put.
I guess
So
you-
Lampard, I
go
kind
on
of.
then,
Who put Lampard in? Who put Lampard in the top 10?
Me.
Yeah, I
Mav.
kind of understand too. I understand Mav's. So now he's put Lampard in. I understand what route he's kind of took when kind of understanding like whether
Yeah.
when you say attacking midfielder, because I did say before we went on pod that like a lot of people would kind like our lists are going to be different.
Yeah,
let's
no,
be honest. Like, 'cause
you mentioned Lampard. You did.
yeah,
you did that
yeah,
Lampard,
because it's going to be how you perceive, like how you kind of like. Oh, it's so hard to explain. But like, let me explain
It's
why
like,
Hazard.
there's like a very fine line in it between
Yeah,
like, I guess
because obviously-
box to box and
Obviously Hazard, when he played in that hole, he was flipping absolutely incredible. Obviously he has played out wide as well, so that's why probably I didn't put him so high up on my list, because it's safe to say he's got quality. He was absolutely unbelievable at Chelsea, like insane, especially when he played in that hole as well. But like at the same time, I didn't kind of want to put somebody high up who doesn't always play in that hole. But you could say I could say that I've got people who are higher who doesn't always play in that hole. So
Drew,
it's a hard
you
one.
had
but I
Hazard
don't think
second, brother.
who.
Can I get your thoughts on that, Drew?
Oh, Drew. Yeah.
I think he's one of the greatest natural footballers I've seen ever. To be honest, playing
Amazing
in
winner.
behind that striker, picking up the ball behind the striker, just being like, I'm either gonna create a pass here, or I'm just gonna take on 5 man. He's one of the best 10s of all time. Whether or not he was played in that role regularly, different story. But when he was in that role behind the striker, insane, bro, insane.
I feel like if you're one of the
Insane.
best of all time, that's like your set position.
Insane.
Like,
Not
you play it
necessarily.
all the time.
Not necessarily.
But
I
is he
get,
one
I
of the
get
best
your
wingers of all
shouts.
time?
I get your shouts, but like
Hazard is a winger. There's no. I
That's
do
like-
not know how
like
we can call him an
90%
attacking
of the
midfield.
time.
well, this is
I
no, but this is why I
just
put him
don't
eighth
get
because when he did play in that role, he was
That's what
absolutely
I'm trying to
incredible.
say
Like
to
Drew was
guys.
saying,
That's what I'm trying to say.
like when he did play in that role, he was insane. Like absolutely
Yes.
incredible. Like, and he's only being looked past because of recency bias. Like no,
Okay,
sorry,
but
longevity.
but
No, I
okay.
don't think it's recency, but I think it's his position.
So
That's why
I'll
I
ask
didn't
when
really
Hazard
think-
played that role, who was in front of him?
Diego Costa.
He was wide when Diego Costa was at Chelsea.
So you mean to tell me that Hazard has never played in the 10 before, ever? Is that what you're saying?
No, not ever. But realistically, if that season where Diego Costa is at Chelsea, Hazard was a winger. So how are we calling him a 10 if he's a winger?
Even when Eto'o was there, striker, Hazard was playing behind him as well. But he was
Okay.
also playing on the left as well.
Okay,
But
so
like I said,
so Fabregas.
I understand.
So Fabregas, what would you say he is?
8.
At number 8. So
Fabregas,
he
yeah.
played
By
a
the way,
whole
I'm not
world,
saying
he
that
played a
Hazard's
whole
not a
World
winger,
Cup
by the
as
way.
striker for
As
Spain.
well.
So
There
he
we
must
go.
be a striker. He must be a
Not really,
centre
but
forward.
but then again, if at that World Cup competition where he played the whole World Cup as a striker, he got the most goals and he got the most assists somehow, I would put him in my top 10 list.
Dang.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm trying to say.
Hazard's best seasons. He's been left winger. So
That
how
wasn't-
can we
that's
call
not- that's
him a
not-
cam?
That's not the question here, though.
That doesn't. No. It kind of is though because
No, but it's
his
not,
best
because what's the
performances are a
question?
winger.
No, because
How's he a cam?
he'll get into the wingers
but
top 10 as well.
That's fine. He can get into both.
Fairs.
But in my opinion, in my 10, when he's played as a 10, behind the striker, playmaking through central areas of the pitch,
Okay.
been incredible.
Drew, I'm going to ask you one more question then.
Yeah.
Why is Messi not your number one?
Because he wasn't allowed.
Yeah, we weren't allowed
Yeah, to be
to
fair, I
lodge it.
said don't put Messi
Because he wasn't allowed.
To be
honest.
He's mostly he's
But
not a 10.
okay, another question
I
then.
did say
So
don't put
you
Messi.
would have put Messi number one
Absolutely.
in an attacking mid,
Absolutely.
a
Absolutely.
right
bro.
winger as an attacking mid.
I'll put him number one as an attacking mid, right wing list, left wing list, if that was the opportunity, because obviously I feel like
Okay, now we're just bending
so
rules. We're
basically-
just here for
no,
banter. I
basically, no,
respect
not
it.
really. Not
What
I'm
I'm really
not
saying
bending
is
the
that
rules.
just
I'm
here for
staying
banter.
If he
within
was
the,
to
I'm
play
staying within the
there,
lines
he
of the
would be the
rules.
best ever.
I'm
He would
staying
be
within
the
the lines
best
of the rules, bro.
in that position.
The rules have been set.
We're just doing this for banter now. Stuff it. Do you know what? Can I change my entire list and just put all wingers
because
that
we are
could play a
finally
10
about to get into the top 10.
in the top
We are
10?
finally.
It's not about wingers.
We are
that could
finally
play
getting
in
to
the 10.
the
It's
top
wingers
10.
that had played in the 10, bro.
No.
But like I'm saying, this is my top 10
Versatility.
list of who I think
We're
are
never,
the
we're
top
never gonna
10
agree on this
number
one.
10.
No, we're not,
it's-
because it doesn't
it's
make sense.
tomato
Carry on,
tomato,
We'll
bro.
carry on. We'll move on. We'll move
From
on.
what I
Because it
see,
just
let's
doesn't
get
make
into
sense.
our top
He's
10.
been crazy.
Doesn't make
That's
sense.
it. That's
Right.
fine.
Let's
Carry
get
on.
into our top
That's
10.
fine, bro.
This one
That's
is not
fine.
joint. Finally, this one is he's 10th place by himself, not joint with anyone. He has 15 points. Drew has him on his list quite high up. Mav has him quite low. Myself and Denman do not have him. A couple of the mods do have him. His name is David Silva.
Yes.
Drew, you have him in what's this, 5th place, I believe. Yeah,
Fifth place.
can I get your thoughts on that as a David Silva hater or myself personally? Can I get your
You
thoughts?
hate on David Silva.
My mind is
I
blown
hate
on this
I hate
podcast.
on David
I cannot
Silva,
lie.
yeah. I hate on David Silva because people keep on saying that he's the best Spanish player to ever be in the Premier League when he can't chat to Fabregas, not at Arsenal nor Chelsea, personally. I think when they say he's one of the best ever, and then they call a certain other German that played for Arsenal a massive flop, and then you look at David Silva and you ask him, like, give me some memorable, like, I don't know, European nights or international nights or anything other than that one pass at Old Trafford, people just kind of freeze. They don't really
This
tell
is
me
so
anything.
this is so mad to me, yeah, because I feel like everyone's perceiving this differently, bro. I thought this was from 2000 to 2022, bro. I've been a David Silva fan since Valencia.
Yeah, okay, so what are
Man,
some
just
like
telling me
what's
about
some
Man
like
City.
mad like Valencia? No, what's like some Valencia moments that you can get? Like, what was he doing? What was like the moment where you thought, yeah, this David Silva guy, wow,
Bro,
I remember
it's
that.
even little things of how you're shifting play a little way and you check your shoulder, play a pass that no one have seen, but you that's watching the game have seen it because you're seeing the pitch from a different angle.
I would have had him like 11th.
I think
I would have had him 11th.
I think he's quality.
Personally.
Obviously, I've got him on my list as well. But at this point of the podcast, I would like to say that my brain is just overheating. So we've got
was
David
never
Silva.
the star player at his
Not
team.
just that, but we've got David Silva as an attacking mid, but Iniesta not. What's going on here? They literally played the exact same position. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Do you not think David Silva played a little bit more advanced than Iniesta?
Yeah, that's what I think. Plus, he's not on
He
my
has,
list anyway.
like,
so-
I get your argument. Your argument makes sense. Like what you're saying about
So
Iniesta
they
earlier.
both played in like a free pivot, but one played further forward.
No, but to be fair, oftentimes Man City did play like 4-2-3-1, if you like, and I guess that's a little bit different to like 4-3-3. In there, the thing is, I'm a hater, yeah, but only because of the Fabregas thing. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's meaty at all. I had him like 11th. He was like just about to scrape on, but I said I can't get him on the list, man.
I just forgot Loki. I can't even lie. Like I just forgot to put him in.
Fairs. Well, I mean that is our 10th place there.
100%.
David Silva, and in 9th place, this one. Okay, 3 of us have him in. Drew doesn't have this man in. Most of us have him quite low, to be fair, except Denman, who's given him, I think, 5th place. It is I can see why Drew's not put him now, to be fair, based on the place he's got. We have Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
We have Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
Now I know already. In fact, I'll ask Drew. Drew, why is he not on your list? Hello.
To be honest, it didn't really cross my mind, to be honest. And now that you mentioned him, I still wouldn't even put him in my list. Now I'm looking at my list, bro.
You like the techie ballers, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
what you're
bro.
looking for. You want the guys that
take
take.
ballers, bro.
No, you know what it is.
But
That's
he
why I
looks
put him 10th,
uncomfortable when he
because
bangs ball with him.
I hear what you're saying,
He
and
looks
that's why I was like, do you know
uncomfortable.
what though? Like his accolades, like, and just what he's been doing for however many years, it's hard to not squeeze him in.
It's mad. The
in
longevity
10th
is
place.
mad.
Do you know what I mean?
In fairness.
No, the longevity is mad. I do hear that. I do get that. But
fairness.
like he's performed for a long time at a very high level as well, and like
He's
just a
like the
flipping-
least
yeah.
aesthetically pleasing
Player
player that
to
can
watch.
play behind the striker that you see, but I had to have one player like that. Denman, you have him the highest. You have him
I
in,
just put him in 5th, mate.
fifth.
Like I say, I've already kind of really said my point. Like he's bloody quality for club and nation. and he's been consistent. Anywhere from like 4th to 8th, you can just switch about anyway, and like.
That I agree on. That I agree on massively.
No, but I don't want those cop-outs. You stick by your list. I don't want
I'm
any
standing
cop-outs.
by it. I'm standing by my list.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm standing by my list. Apart from Matt, I'll probably just get him out, put Silva in.
Mav, eighth place for Muller.
Yeah, I just think when you come to attacking midfield, you know, supporting the midfield like he has done multiple times in a free pivot for Bayern Munich, ended most German seasons as top assister. The number 10 part's getting confusing because people are putting guys that wore the number 10 in as if that qualifies them as a number 10. But you get what I'm saying, like an attacking midfielder that can get in the box, score a goal and assist. Thomas Muller has done it at World Cups. He's done it in Champions Leagues. He's done it in the Bundesliga. I don't know what level he hasn't done it at. So he just has to be on the list for me.
Well, I guess he didn't do it at the Euros when he missed that one-on-one against England.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But other than that, I do hear it. It's not like you're a stereotypical 10, but at the same time, you got to make way for a couple guys sometimes.
No, you have
and
to.
in 8th place, this is someone that got 17 points.
Right.
A lot of guys voted him, albeit quite low. Everyone here on the panel has him in, except myself. Now, I'll be honest. This is the thing, I'm not a Serie A guy. So I wasn't in the field watching Serie A like that. Like I know what he was on, but for me, I had no space for Totti, unfortunately. Drew had him the highest. I believe that is 7th I'm looking at. Chat to me about Totti, Mr. Drew GH.
You want to talk about longevity? You want to talk about a one-man club player? Black boot assassin, low socks, aggression, tenacity, passing range, finishing, tackling ability as well. Hey, baller. That's just me.
Man, I hear it.
Baller as well.
I have no argument. The thing, I literally just wasn't watching him enough. Like I can't.
That's fair.
I didn't want to have guys in my 10 that I wasn't really watching theirs like that. And like Muller, for example, even though we're not watching Bundesliga non-stop, we see him like every month in Champions League. We see him in World Cups or whatever. Totti
It's the modern day social media as well. Like you see players more. Like,
Yeah.
you say.
Yeah. Mav, he was 10th on your list. He just scraped on.
Yeah. For me, this guy was Italian football. I think the people I've put above him are a little bit more influential for their teams in terms of actual output than him, but in terms of just influence.
Can I pause you there?
Yeah.
Can I pause you there?
Yes.
So you have Francesco Totti in 10th place.
Yeah.
And David Silva in 9th. So
Yes.
in what way was David Silva the most? Because I don't remember a single season where David Silva was more influential than either Yaya Toure, Aguero, KDB, anyone.
I think if you're a City fan, you'll 100% believe and think that David Silva is one of the best players to have played in the Prem. Reason being, I think David Silva kind of encapsulated the new way that Man City played, from changing from having guys like Sean Wright-Phillips and Joe and Stephen Ireland and their man in their team. They turned into a more of a tiki-taka 1-2 football, and I think David Silva was the catalyst for them in almost every game they played.
Man don't know about what Elano was on.
Yeah,
them man were active with a little tiki-taka beforehand, you know. Them man were active with the tiki-taka.
Man,
I can't lie.
Joey Barton and them, man. Nah, man, I'm not hearing it.
I can't lie. Elano was active. 8th place for Francesco Totti. And in 7th, we had, the complete opposite swing here. Mav's not going to be happy about this one. I think this might be a player that he was referring to earlier. A lot of the mods have him quite high up. Some don't have him at all. No one on this panel except myself has him. And I guess because I'm the only one that views him as someone that played 10 a lot. And that is Fabregas.
Whatever, man. I'm done.
Fabregas. Arsenal Fabregas.
Nah, man, I'm done.
Arsenal Fabregas is playing right behind Adebayor.
To get players we like him, we're just making up one.
No,
that's not a
fam,
10.
we had Adebayor
10, fam.
and we had Fabregas
Not
right
a 10,
behind him.
fam.
No,
It's an
he
8, bro.
didn't.
Where was he playing?
Amenyah,
It's an eight,
even
bro.
Alexander Song played more advanced than
eight, bro.
Fabregas at Arsenal. What are you talking about?
That's a central
Alex Song.
midfielder, brother.
That's a
You see,
central
guys saw that
midfielder.
one
That's a
assist.
No,
central midfielder.
Against
Amenyah,
Dortmund, and
you've
they're saying
watched Arsenal.
Song played
Even
ahead of
Nasri
Fabregas.
was more of a Cam than him. What are we doing putting Fabregas at Cam? What are we doing?
Nasri
man.
that was playing left wing, fam. That Nasri
I mean,
for Arsenal, that was
Hazard
playing
is
left
apparently
wing.
a Cam as well. So
I'd hear the Nasri over Fabregas.
Nasri is way
to be
more
honest.
of a Cam than Fabregas.
Yeah,
So
man,
in,
that
in the
Fabregas
season
one
that
I can't
Adebayor was
Fabregas
barking it off, yeah.
as a
In
Cam.
the year that
Can't hear
Adebayor
it.
was barking it off, where was Fabregas playing?
Huh?
Central midfield.
In the year that
Central
Adebayor
midfield.
was barking it off.
Central midfield. Even Jack Wilshere played further ahead than Fabregas as well in the same team. You've literally got multiple midfielders that played more advanced than him. You're trying to say he's the 10/Cam. Come on, man.
Wilshere played more ahead of.
Come on, man.
From times when we're having Song, even when I go further back, we Diaby, Gilberto Silva. These men were the ones that were just sitting there behind it, and Fabregas had the license to roam, to do whatever he likes.
Yeah, Rome
Fabregas,
middle
what
of
a
the
guy,
park.
what a player. Nah. That's why man was bagging out 20 goal, 20 assist seasons, bro. He's 5th place for me. Some guys have him 3rd,
Don't hear it, don't back
4th
it.
place.
Third.
Don't hear it, don't
But
back
no
it.
one here has
That's
him
not who I was
whatsoever.
referring to, by the way, Amenyah. That's not.
I know who you're referring to, and I've got him in mind.
Yeah.
Whoa, and listen, we still got some interesting omissions to get through,
Right.
but that is Fabregas in 7th
Flipping
place.
Heck. What are we doing there?
In 6th place, here we go. Let's see who's backing you now, Drew. Every single person has this player except you. We have Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh,
You did not put him in your list.
I wouldn't.
hear your
I wouldn't. I
reasons?
wouldn't say he's a 10, bro.
I kind of.
I wouldn't say.
It's
he's a
hot.
10,
I
bro.
understand Drew's argument.
See,
It's-
so
I'd say he's
So
a box-to-box
KDB.
midfielder. To be honest,
KDB.
that has unbelievable playmaking ability.
KDB.
Nah, if,
You know
nah,
what?
if
I'm
this
actually-
was,
you know,
do you
I'm
know what?
actually
You
gonna
put in
flip
the
it,
whole
yeah.
10 thing is frying it. If you were saying playmakers, full stop, that makes this a lot more straightforward. But you said 10.
I like-
there.
I like the chaos. I like the
box to
chaos.
box.
now my issue that I've realized actually, the fact that Drew doesn't have him is actually him being consistent. You man that didn't want to put Fabregas, but you will put KDB, that's actually where the issue lies. Because at least he was consistent. He's not put Fabregas nor KDB. We've seen KDB play even in a pivot so many times as well. We've seen him play just in a flat midfield. We've seen him play right wing a number of times as well.
Brother,
So how
KDB
come
plays.
can count?
KDB plays everywhere. Like he plays all across that middle bit as well. I know you say about like, the right wing bit,
But
which fair enough,
Fabregas
he
can't
does drift
count.
out there. To be fair, I didn't even think of Fabregas. So like, I've not even argued against Fabregas. I'm more so arguing for KDB, just because of
I
like
don't.
the perception of what
Even
you
if
see
you go
as
back
like.
to like the Wolfsburg days where he was there, he was playing Cam. Yeah. Just again because City were a bit lost for a bit and didn't know where to play him, but when they did play him in the attacking midfield role that he is now playing in, it's funny that he's become one of the best Premier League players ever.
But separately,
Right.
when he was at Wolfsburg, I don't think he was top 10 of all time. That's my humble opinion.
No, he wasn't. But
he
majority
wasn't.
of his career, he has played a Cam role. His
But
main
this is
position
why I like
would be
if I had
a
just
Cam.
said, yeah, put the best playmakers, that's boring. I like the chaos, man. I like the chaos. I want everyone to be just putting in whatever
This is
names. And in
wild,
5th
bro.
place, actually, no, we have a joint. I'll tell you one of them first, and then we'll discuss the other one that's joint with him. Because, Mav, it's time for us to get onto you. Because every single person, including the mods, put this guy quite high up on their list.
Right.
You don't have him at all.
Okay.
He goes by the. Can you guess who it is? Maybe. Actually, no. Don't.
I have
don't
no
bother.
idea.
His name is Dennis Bergkamp.
Centre forward.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say
He's a
that.
centre forward.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Are you trying to tell me he's a Cam?
behind
He's a centre
Henry.
forward. Centre forward.
Playing behind Henry.
Centre forward.
Was Henry the striker?
Yes, but he's. Have you ever heard of a
So
centre
like we
forward
said,
before?
for like 16th and 17th,
So
we were saying
centre
like, if there's a
forwards that
striker
are
ahead of
false
them,
nines, right? Number 9, right, which is not a 10, is a
false
centre
nines
forward.
don't have a 9 ahead of them though. False nines don't have a 9 ahead of them.
No, they
False nines.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. No, you're right. But he is a centre forward. He's not a Cam.
As far as I see it, bro. I mean, as far as everyone,
All
I
right.
have him
So
third.
if
Demon has
you
him
ask
second.
if you ask guys Dennis Bergkamp, where did he play? Are you telling me that anyone ever says midfield ever? Or do they say
No,
forward?
they do say centre forward.
not saying-
Or do they say
forward.
forward? Because he's a
The
forward.
question wasn't midfield. The question
No, it
was.
was. It was
The question
attacking
was like-
midfield. The question was
a
top 10 attacking
fam.
midfield.
No,
10
it wasn't.
actually,
It was
it's 10.
top 10 number 10s,
is
bro.
number 10. Specifically, number 10. Number 10.
To me,
Who would have Bergkamp?
to me, you said top 10 Cam's list.
That's because you keep on calling it Cam. I've been saying top 10 10s from the start.
Okay.
Like
Well,
10
to me,
is what I'm calling
you said
it.
top 10.
And in brackets,
It literally in writing here, top 10 Cam's list.
I'm seeing ranking top 10 number 10s from 2000 onwards.
Oh, see, that's where everything would change because you've been sent a different question. You have literally been sent a different question.
wait. No. Let me tell you. Let me pull it up. What is the next message after that, Mav? What is the very next message that I wrote after the
Right.
one that you're reading? What's the very next message?
So basically, people that can play in the 10 role. So you're
No, don't say that. People that play in the 10 role.
yeah.
So, and
yeah,
I gave you a couple of examples.
Basically,
so don't say
the-
that I confused you.
No.
I didn't-
Saying Cam.
The rules were clear.
No, saying Cam first, and then who do play in a 10 role. They are very different things. So,
I've put the speech
and
marks
it's
there because I know
straight
you
number
like to
10.
call it Cam. I know you like to call it Cam.
Yes.
Like, that's why I explained afterwards. People that play in the 10 role, so that you don't ask me, oh, what are we doing? Is it Cam? Is it 10s? 10s.
Yes, but top 10 Cam's list
Gosh.
from players
Okay,
from
so is
2000
Bergkamp a
up to now.
top 10 number 10? Yes or no?
What?
So would Bergkamp have been in your list?
If we go top 10 number 10s? Probably, yeah. I can't lie. I'm actually being so real.
But that is what
Probably,
we're-
yeah.
But that is what we're saying, though. He played like, because you mentioned false nines. False nines have no striker ahead of them, and that's why I was saying for whatever player it was in like 17th or 18th. If there's a striker ahead of them, to me, I can count that as a 10 because they're the ones that are almost playing the last pass, or like if you go back to let's say Pez days,
Second
so they're
striker,
playing
advanced
SS.
playmaker,
Bro,
attacking
man, know about
midfielder,
SS
that
on
type of
Pez
vibe.
back then.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, and Bergkamp is one of the best in history at that. So I can't see how
as
he's been
100% as a centre forward, he is one of the best. Yeah, you're right. 100%.
as a 10. He's one of the best.
Yeah, as a
He's one of
10,
the
but
best.
not a Cam. I would never refer
I
to
haven't
Bergkamp
claimed
as a
him.
Cam ever.
But would you refer to him as a 10?
Yes.
What's the difference between a Cam and a 10?
A Cam is an attacking midfielder.
So when I was talking about a Hazard 10, now that you've got the new explanation,
He's still not
is
a 10, though.
still not a 10.
He's still not. Hazard is still not.
but Iniesta is.
Oh man.
Iniesta is.
No, Iniesta is not. Iniesta is an attacking midfield, but that's what I've done it
Okay.
on. But
fine.
we
I've
carry
heard
on.
guys
That's
like
why
Lampard in fourth
the
anyway, so
confusion
it's-
has been fixed. It's been fixed. Now it makes sense. It actually
Even now you
makes
understand
sense.
it. Lampard still is not fourth anyway, but that's okay.
Lampard
That's
is
fine.
still Lampard is an attacking midfielder. Do you see what I've done here?
Yeah.
Do you see a Lampard is a Cam,
yeah,
100% a Cam. Do you see what I've done here?
Wait. I've got you.
Right.
I've got
Who?
you. On your stream today, you
Yeah.
were heavily debating whether or not you should count Messi.
Yes.
And then I said, no, don't.
Wait, you done
don't-
your list on stream?
No, I didn't. I
Oh, I
asked
was
for
gonna
names.
So he was gonna put Messi on there. No, but by his logic, he's talking about midfielders only. So how could Messi have been in there? He doesn't play midfield.
No,
He's a
and then
right
but yeah,
winger.
but I didn't put him on there because he's not
Because
an
I
attacking
DM'd you
midfield.
saying we don't have. I DM'd you afterwards when you said it, saying nobody has Messi. By the way, if that helps.
yeah, exactly. So I can't include him. I literally said it.
Anyway, in joint fourth with our good friend Bergkamp, who he got 52 points actually. I can't lie, third, fourth, and fifth are very close. But because Mab didn't want to put Bergkamp ended up in fourth. And joining him on 52 points, we all have him at least. This one, nobody can debate what position he was. Drew has him the highest. Drew has him number 1, in fact.
Oof.
It's Mesut Ozil. Chat to us, Drew.
Number
about
1.
Mesut.
Real Madrid, Mesut Ozil, headband, mercurial boots, feeding Cristiano Ronaldo, linking up with Kaka, Benzema, Ronaldo. In my opinion, the best 10 of all time. Thank you.
Can I ask? Do you currently have glasses on this very second?
I do. Yes.
Okay. Do they have an Arsenal badge on them?
They do not know.
I'm just wondering because
I literally just explained from his Real Madrid days. It's not even.
He went to Real Madrid, to be
It's
fair. He didn't
not
mention Arsenal
even
once.
mentioning his Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal kind of dampened him. Like he still had the ability when he came. He didn't have someone that was consistently just tucking in goals.
I myself, I'm currently wearing the Real Madrid 11-12 shirt. So I'm also on the wavelength of the Madrid days. But even Arsenal, let's
even
not
before that
like,
as well,
forget what
before
he was
Madrid.
on. Because when
Yeah.
guys call him like one of the biggest flops ever and that, and then you look at pure numbers alone, what this guy was doing in his first couple seasons, it's outrageous.
But you're about Ozil.
Yeah, Mesut.
Yeah, but no, but to be fair, like there's always like I don't know. I think like this whole flop thing's a bit stupid, really. Like, yeah, he fell off like his last.
No,
couple
but
of years,
he
like,
was
like,
massively like slandered in the press and whatnot. And also one thing, if we're talking like legacies and whatnot, the reason why I can somewhat hear him being like even higher is because this guy was, forget about like even 5 German player of the year in a row. This guy was like the biggest Muslim player in the whole world, bro. Like any single Muslim just used to just support Ozil. So I kind of hear, in terms of legacy, what Ozil was on. Obviously, yes, we know it got a bit sour at Arsenal, and that's why I've put him 6th on my list. Mav has him 5th, Denman has him 4th. Everyone has him pretty high up, except one of our mods. Aaron, you have to answer for your crimes, please. You have Ozil in 10th place.
that's
and because
outrageous.
of that, Ozil was,
That's
Ozil
more
was
outrageous than him
levels.
being number 1, but that's outrageous.
Yeah. Denman, you got him 4th. That's pretty high up. You rating this thing?
I can respect someone's ability even though they play for the scum. It's one of them ones, isn't it? No, it's one of them ones. I think I've probably missed someone out. Like if you boys have put him like, especially like if you Gooners have put him like 5th and 4th, like I've probably missed someone out who I can't remember. But yeah, but let's be honest, man. We all know what Ozil does. When you say like about the number 10 or like that role, a lot of
That's
people
him.
like will think Ozil, innit? Like it's
Yep.
just one of them ones. And even like I had to look into his stats like before Madrid, and yeah, it seemed like he was crazy at Werder Bremen. I didn't watch it at Werder Bremen. I'm not gonna cap,
Yeah.
but yeah, he looked crazy before then as well. So yeah,
Bro, he
I know
was
what
on
Ozil's about,
violence,
innit? I can appreciate a good player.
Yeah. Well, there we have it. We are now on to our, I guess, podium players. In 3rd place, remember just now I said in 4th, it was Ozil and Bergkamp with 52 points.
Right.
3rd place has 55 points.
Right.
The reason this guy has 55 is because, once again, everyone has this guy in there except Mav. And one of the mods, Tedinho, did not put this guy in. I already know the argument, what it's going to be. He's not going to count him as that. Let's just let Mav go and start talking about why Ronaldinho Gaucho is not in his top 10.
Ronaldinho, the left wing,
Ronaldinho Gaucho,
the left winger,
the man who made everyone fall in love.
who
with
would be in
football.
everyone's top 10 wing positions.
He can be.
The
can
guy
be,
that
and he
played
can
wing
also be in
in every
everyone's
team
10.
he played for until he moved,
Nah, he's
until he
played
was
10
40 years
before as
old
well.
and he played more attacking midfield for AC Milan. So the winger.
don't
So
think
you
we're
we're,
gonna
we're,
be
we're putting a
40
winger in here now.
Nah.
A straight out winger. This is worse than Hazard. This is way worse than Hazard. This is outrageous.
Nah.
You guys were boying Drew's choice of Hazard, but you're putting Ronaldinho
No.
as
Hey, I weren't
never
boying
bought
it. I
nothing.
weren't
That was
boying
you
it.
still. That was only
I
you.
weren't boying it.
Ronaldinho.
That was
Hazard was in my
only
top
you.
10.
Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
Alright, fair play, man.
Don't say you
Cool.
guys, bro.
Cool,
Nah, Ronaldinho, bro.
So
Playing
who
behind
did
the
who
strike.
did he
It was
who did he play
Ronaldo.
number 10 for?
Brazil.
Huh?
Brazil.
Brazil. You're saying he played number 10 for Brazil. Okay.
He was doing. You can't see me yet, but I'm doing this. I'm doing the hand signs, fam. He was doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Ronaldinho. Everyone has him. Second, third, second. I got him second. Drew's got him 4th. Denman's got him 3rd. Drew, chat to us about Ronaldinho.
What
Don't
needs
sound
to be
impressed,
said about my man, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, same principle as Eden Hazard. Of course, you could say he spent a lot of his career on the left wing, but you cannot tell me he never played in the 10 role, playing through the middle. And when he did,
No, he wore the number 10. That's where you're getting.
No, he did play in the attacking role as well. Like he plays like a second, sometimes even as a second striker.
so
Like.
it's like I said, this is very subjective. Because say for example, in a 50-game season, he has 40 games on the left wing, but 10 games he plays as a 10 behind the striker, playmaking through essential areas of the pitch. And in those 10 games, I think this guy is incredible. He's insane. This is the best playmaker I've seen. Why can't
I'm changing my number 1 to Cristiano Ronaldo, guys.
Stop that, man.
I mean, we put Dino in it, so we might as well put Ronaldo.
No, but even when Dino played on the left, like even when he played on the left, like or started on the left, it'd always end up in the middle somehow.
That doesn't, that doesn't mean what position you play, does it? Like,
no, but that's not me saying that he hasn't played that position, because that isn't why I base my.
No,
argument
I get it. I 100% get it.
He's played on the left.
All right, Denman, why have you got him in third? Denman, you've got him in your top 3.
Just because when growing up, whenever I watched him, like he was just always doing bits in the middle, creating shit. That's why I couldn't justify not putting him involved in this just because of that reason. Like, he's one of the reasons why you love. Like, he's one of the reasons everyone around our age group loves football. Let's be honest here,
bro.
Like, he's just flipping incredible, and like he's fun to watch. Like, he's just brilliant when he. Like, let's be real. Like,
those days,
it's just a
of
no-brainer for me.
watching La Liga. Obviously, we mentioned Guti before. Deco's there. Another Don. He wasn't a 10, and he's in prison now. I can't really talk too much. But there was a left-wing Brazilian from Madrid. I used to think he was the best player in the world, bro. I used to love watching these men kick ball. I don't see how Ronaldinho doesn't make it in the top 10, but there we go.
I just don't.
It is what it is.
I just don't see him as an attacking midfielder. He's a winger, but fair enough. If we were doing top 10 wingers, does Dino get in that list for you?
Yes.
So how can he be both?
Why can't he not?
No,
It's
but
very possible.
like then.
No, but Drew gave you the logic earlier. Yeah, he said if you were doing a list of like left wingers or strikers, and anyone was allowed, or centre forwards, he would put Messi first, regardless.
Why can't
Because
you?
when he was there, he was the best.
Okay.
So wait.
Okay,
Do we
how about this?
I can tell you lot play FIFA because we're just moving players around the position where.
Nah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Come on, man. Let's not do that.
If we're doing centre mids, does that mean that you're not allowed to put KDB?
No. Are you really going to say someone who moves around centre midfield is not a centre midfielder?
There we go. That's the exact point that Amenyah has just made, fam. If a player can play on both wings and they are top of your list, why can't you put that same player on the left wing list and the right wing list, but you can put KDB, midfield,
Do
Cam,
you see?
CDM. Like,
So
why can't
if
you put
we
them in
had
different roles?
if we had a top 10 left wingers list, you would not put
Right
Messi
wing,
on the
okay,
left.
okay.
If you said top 10
I
left
understand.
wingers, you would not
Right
put
wing,
Messi on the
right
left
Okay,
wing.
so
Can
we've got a top 10 list of cams. I'll put Messi there. We've got a top 10 list of right wings. I'll put Messi there.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
100.
Because Messi has genuinely played for club most of his games in a lot of seasons from a centre forward role. Whereas Dino, okay, he might have played. He might have played one tournament for Brazil in Cam, right?
You can't play two positions most of the time. That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Like, once one of the, how can you say he plays there most of the time and there most of the time? There's like only a certain percentage you can have. Like after 50, that's it. So if he plays most of his games, in your opinion, at right wing, then he can't also play most of his games at centre forward.
Well, he can, because for example, up until I don't know the exact stats right now, but let's say up until the age of 27, Messi played most of his games on right wing for Barcelona and Argentina.
So basically,
for example.
the only way that your argument holds weight is if Messi has played the exact to the nearest one, the exact same number of games as a winger and a centre forward. That's the only way.
No, it doesn't. Mine is going on like a season basis. So how we are quantifying him as a Cam attacking midfielder in a top 10 list just doesn't make sense to me because he has played there. Because
he's a better 10 than most of these guys will ever dream to be in this list.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. So it's like so your argument is that one player could have played Cam for 2 games, but if he had a 10 out of 10 performance in both of them, you could call him the Cam.
Nah, I didn't say 2 games.
Okay. Well, what number? What number split do we stop it at? That's the question I'm asking.
No, you're the one that's making the numbers.
I'd say, say, for example, like, say for example, you start, let's just use Hazard for example. Say Hazard starts off on the left or on the right, wherever you want to play him. All right, and then a manager turns around, he brings on a winger, and he puts Hazard in that 10. If you can do that with a player, then I feel like they should still be up for debate as like a 10. Do you know what I mean?
Hear that.
Fair enough.
They played centrally and they were
for example,
I guess that's just something I don't agree on. Like, yes, you can play that position, but that's not your main position.
No, if they played there a lot of times, man, that's what I'm saying.
I get that. No, I get what you're saying. I just, for me, that doesn't. That doesn't make sense for me.
So basically, in this list, you're not allowed to be a versatile player. It has to be your primary position as a playmaker for you to be eligible to be a playmaker.
No, I just think it would be your main position if you're doing a top 10 list.
That's the same as primary position, bro.
Okay. Then yes, sure, you can word it like that. But I just think going off main position. Huh?
What's Messi?
I would call Messi for majority of his career a right winger and a centre forward.
Why were you considering him for today's one?
And that's just
Congratulations, Ronaldinho. You've made it into third place because Mav doesn't rate you.
He's one of my favourite players ever. But yeah, sure.
In second place with 68 points. This one, there's no real debate. Everyone here has him. The lowest person has him in 7th. That is Denman.
Yeah.
Our second place is going to be Kaka. Denman, 7th.
There's no reason why I put him in 7th. Like, I just done the list in it. Like,
I hear it. At least you're honest.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to lie. I'm not gonna justify him being in 7th in it. Like, I say, like from the 3rd to like 7th. Like I said earlier in the pod, like I literally just chucked them in. Like, I'm not even gonna sit there and pretend like I haven't. I got no reason for it. Like, absolutely incredible player. Like, similar to Ronaldinho. Whenever you watch him, you're just excited watching him play. Like, I could have easily.
It's just pain in my heart that, like, for example, you have like, you know, Muller on more points than Kaka, personally. That's fair.
Yeah, when you put it like that, that is so
yeah, when you put it like that, it's completely fair. Like, no, when you put it like that,
I think a couple of them could have been a bit easier.
I was questioning myself, can I say that he's a playmaker, or would I say that he's like in the same sort of bracket as Lampard, or like as an 8? But I can't lie, I've seen him play in advanced positions as a playmaker, and it's a joy to watch. Doesn't even bang too many skills, bro. He'll just hit you like a step over, and he's
step over, isn't
He was rapid as well.
Deceptively strong, bro. Deceptively strong. I loved watching him play. Yeah, man, crazy footballer.
Thing. He believes in Jesus as well, fam. He loves
crazy
Jesus.
footballer.
You like that? Matt, before I get onto you, are we allowed to have Kaka? Yeah, just beforehand.
Yeah,
is that all right?
I mean, I've got him, so you don't need to ask the question, do you?
Great. I knew that already. Why'd you have him in 3rd?
Who, me?
Yes.
For me, I absolutely love this guy. Watching this guy play, he's one of my favourite players of all time. If he was coming in off the wing, picking it up deep, you knew he could run past every player, put it in the net. You knew he could shoot from far. He could head the ball. He just had everything to his game. And I really think he was
that reminds me a bit of Fabregas, who you gave 0 points to. But yeah, I hear that.
Unfortunately, he got injured when he went to Real Madrid, and it kind of ruined his career and a lot of people's opinions of him.
The guys, we've got a Ballon d'Or. Like, we know what Kaka was on, and therefore he should be remembered for the Milan days, because there were times where he was running teams right.
One of the best dribblers of all time, bro.
Bro, like, this is the thing where I don't want to even mention that game here, but this is why people are so angry at them sometimes, because they got guys like Kaka moving stiff and like just horrible and clunky. Yeah. When you watch this guy IRL, yeah, he could dribble and just go past guys like it was nothing.
Guys.
Like, bro, for the younger people, yeah, like the way, not in the, because they're not the same build, but the way you would see Yaya Toure just barge and just run through people, you could see Kaka doing that same thing in Champions League. He was a menace. So yeah. Do
you know, one of the only other players in world football today I see move in the way Kaka can sometimes, with his blistering pace that you almost don't expect, and that's guys like Mbappe. You know, where the ball's played through, and you're like, is he gonna? There's no way he can get there, and he just can, because he's just that quick. That's what Kaka was on. At times with his pace, it was frightening.
Some Mbappe prop from Mav there. Let's go. Right then. Well, I guess it's time for our first place. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting. I'm going to read out the points because they do vary amongst the panel. I'm going to read out, first of all, the mods. Ted, 10 points. Jet, 10 points. Half, 10 points. Alfie, 10 points. Aaron, 10 points.
What does 10
Now,
points even mean?
on the 10 points means they came first.
All right, cool.
Now, amongst the four of us, myself, 10 points. Mav, 10 points. Demon, 10 points. Drew, 0 points.
What?
In first place with 80 points out of a total 90, Zinedine Zidane. I think we have to start with Drew there. 0, bro. Can I get your thoughts on it?
Again, fam, this is one of them ones where I would have put him in the same bracket as Lampard. Midfielder. Would I say he's a 10? Not exclusively. Not exclusively, but playmaker, definitely. Would have been in my list if you said specifically playmaker. But I feel like the 10 role...
See, now is where I'll have issue then, because if we are allowing Hazard because he can play and has been good there,
Yeah.
then surely Zidane, who has played there,
Bro,
this is
where my brain fries.
let me not lie, because I fully hear it, and I thought of him and I brushed it. I can't be having Guti in the list and not having Zidane, respectfully. So if I could change it, absolutely I would. I'd probably drop him in and I take Guti out. Looking at my list, in fairness, and I'd move him second.
So here's where I'm confused now.
Yeah.
So Dino as a cam, because he played there for Brazil, but Zidane not, who played there for France.
I never necessarily exclusively said Dino because of Brazil. Those were others. I was thinking about him playing.
Even if it's not for Brazil, then Zidane also has played in the number 10 for Real Madrid.
Yeah,
If we're going
but like I've said, if I could change it, I would.
Okay, fair.
That's fair, bro. He came to mind. I thought,
not reasonable.
I've seen him pick up the ball deep and do box to box of also. But am I gonna say he's a playmaker? He can play make, but would I specifically say I've seen him there more time? No, but then again, I've got other people. So, yes, I'd put him top 2 on my list if I could do it again, but I can't.
I hear it. So you would go Ozil, Zidane, and then followed by I think you have Kaka and so on.
No, Zidane, Hazard, Kaka, etc.
And you would still put Ozil ahead of Zidane?
Yes.
You're going on record saying that?
Come on.
Yes.
The epitome of a number 10. I hear it.
Yes.
I hear it. You say these things with chest, man. You have to.
Yes.
By your.
Yes.
So
Depends if you're talking about. It depends if you're talking about specifically the hole itself. You know that little gap when you pick up the ball and then you just literally transport it straight to the forward and that. Then yeah, you'd probably say Ozil. But if you're on about like attacking midfielder, like you say, like the 10, like I'm going Zidane in it all day. Like.
Well, it seems all of us seem to agree on that.
It's
Mav's
up for
got him number
debate.
1 as well.
I don't care what position in the midfield required. Zidane always goes in over Ozil for me. I don't see how any answer can be above Zidane in a midfield position. I just don't. I just don't know how you've watched Zidane play football and you can put anyone above him.
I'd like to draw attention to the Big Shoe initiative. Ozil actually fed thousands of families during the World Cup, and also paid for a lot of. He paid for a lot of surgery using the Big Shoe.
I've talked good about him for long enough, man.
Has Zidane done that?
Zidane is one of the greatest players to play football in the position of midfield.
I feel like the same could be said about Ozil, bro. Most players these days are system players. You're not going to see a unique baller like Mesut Ozil again.
Well, we are because you could play Zidane up front, you could play Zidane wide, you can play him deep, you can play him box to box.
You're not allowed.
You can play him 10. You can play him anywhere, and he's still better than Ozil.
No, everyone has to have one position
in every one of the positions.
I feel like I hear you, but we're digressing. I completely hear you.
Anyway, there we go. That is our top 10. I'm going to go for it one more time. In 10th place, we have David Silva. 9th place, Muller. 8th, we have Totti. In 7th, Fabregas. In 6th, we have KDB. Joint 4th and 5th is going to be Bergkamp and Ozil. 3rd place, Ronaldinho. 2nd place, Kaka. And 1st place, Zidane. I think we came to a decent conclusion in the end. I'm happy with our top 10 list. If you're watching, give us your top 10 list. Let us know who you think had any howlers or what you would change. As always, follow these man's socials. You're gonna see it all over the what do you call it, description, all that kind of stuff. Love to these men for taking time out of their day as per usual. Like it, comment it, give it 5 stars on Spotify, and I'll shout you man next week for whatever it is we have in store. I don't know, in a bit.
Bosh.